Welcome back, guys, to Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies. As entering the Fox Chamber, we have found ourselves something on the screen, a way in, possibly the Forbidden Chamber, a way to move the statues that are at the door, maybe, depending on how this depiction works out, because we now have ourselves imagery of both keys. The same key design as, of course, the key required to get in, and keyholes. With Tenma no longer in there with the seal removed, what do we have to fear about doing this? Let's examine these little bits, eh? There's a picture of a key. Ah, that shape looks awfully familiar. Oh, I know. It's shaped like the Forbidden Chamber's key. We're definitely getting warmer. Okay, let's take an even closer look. Let's take a look at the keyholes, I guess, next. We can even look at the front. What's this? Looks like a keyhole or something. You think it could be the keyhole to the Forbidden Chamber? Wait, what about that key drawn on the end of the screen? You think the two are related? A key and a keyhole. Oh, I just got an idea. If we fold the screen up just right, the key and keyhole should overlap. Hey, I think you're right. Let's give it a try. It's interesting that the answer to get into this chamber is just there in the place. Oh my god, like that? Yeah, that makes sense. Look, a door! Well, I'd have tried facing the things towards each other in the first place, man. That's just the normal. Yeah, and it's open too. The two foxes are now facing each other, so... Hey, what if we made those fox statues face each other? Let's do it. Mess with a crime scene. Apollo, let's go check out the two statues. Okay, how do we move the two statues so they face each other? Just like on the screen. Well, that's a cool door. Look! A lock appeared. Now we can use that key. Okay, here goes nothing. It worked. Time to see why this chamber's so forbidden. What secrets could it hold, I wonder? And so we move to April 18th, the QB Manor. Forbidden Chamber. What out of a creek? These doors need some serious oil. Ah, that was like nails on a chalkboard. Oh right, forgot about those super good ears of yours. Look, more feathers. It's more the incredibly coloured thing I'm looking at. Oh, hello! Ah, that is cool. What the heck is that? Is that a Tenma statue? But there's something odd about it. All I know is I don't like it. But I can't explain why. You okay, Athena? You look kind of pale. You're not scared, are you? What, of this thing? Don't make me laugh. Really? Hey, look! What? What is it? Over there on the left. There's a bunch of staffs on that rack. They kind of look like the staff we saw earlier. You mean the one Jinxie said she saw Tenma carrying? Yeah, I bet that Tenma impersonator really did come in here at some point. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's search the place. Just in case you need any more oppressive kind of sound in here, where's all that wind rushing sound coming from? Well, let's examine this spider web. A stone lantern. Are those Japanese garden lamps? Where's the switch? Lamps like these are lit by fire, not electricity, so there is no switch. Oh, here it is. What? It was hidden out of sight. I see Tenma cell has been outfitted with all the amenities a yokai could want. Yes, that's kind of weird that we can light that. Obviously, we want to go look at that on the ground, but still. Looks like a gravestone or something. It reads, here lies Tenma, age 80. Cause of death, choked on a chicken bone. What? Say it ain't so. Besides, that sounds more like an autopsy report than an epitaph, if you ask me. Wait, you're joking around because you're scared. It's your coping mechanism. I'm not scared. Freakout Central, right here, baby! Cut it out, widget! Denial is strong in this one. So here lies Tenma. No, here it says like here Tenma has been imprisoned. It's probably like here half Tenma been imprisoned, if I had to make a guess. I can't really see that, of course, but still. Right, let's look at the really obvious thing on the floor. What's this? Whatever it is, the packaging is really gaudy and super out of place for the area. And the fact that there's no dust in it means it hasn't been here very long. Oh, it's hand cream. Let's see what brand it is. Je suis L'Belle? L'Belle? What the? But then, wouldn't that mean Mr. L'Belle was here? I guess so. But why? Well, whoever was dressed up like Tenma must have taken a staff from here in the Forbidden Chamber. And that same person probably dropped this hand cream at that time. In other words, the Tenma impersonator we're looking for is none other than Confronting L'Belle. This might be a big break for us in court tomorrow. Now all we have to do is get the truth out of Mayor Tenma. Alright, the hand cream has been added to the court record. Alright, what else should we look at? Obviously the feathers are going to be something. The missing staff here is proof, I guess. Hey, there's a bunch of staves here. And it looks like there's one missing. Why didn't you use staves earlier? I was wondering that. Like, you said there's a bunch of staffs. So it's like, no staves. Many staves. The Tenma Jinxie saw must have taken it. I'd have to agree. These look like the one Detective Fulbright showed us. Why do you think there are so many here? Maybe they're spares. Tenma might be, you know, absent-minded or something. But the fact that he has spare staves handy, well, it shows that he's aware of his faults and is trying to deal with them. Or at least that's my take on it. Maybe this will remind her to deal with her own faults. But I won't hold my breath. Alright, there's a scroll over here. It looks like there's a chamber, like, in the skirt. Like, something outlined there. Looks like an old scroll. And there's something drawn on it. Unless I'm mistaken, it looks like an old guy. Some sort of monk, maybe? A monk? What are you talking about? You know, people that take walks in the mountains as a form of spiritual training. Wouldn't that just be a hiker? The guy in this picture doesn't look like he's doing this for fun, Athena. Oh look, there's some yellow thing strapped to his back. Whoa, it's turning into Tenma. What's this scroll getting at? Is this how Tenma was born? Well, whatever it is, it's definitely creepy. Well, that looks higher up at Tenma himself. Whoa, that's one big statue. Must be something like 15 feet tall. And look, this Tenma has a staff. But the Tenma on the scroll didn't have one. I wonder why. I feel like this could be significant. But why? Let's take a closer look. First, to go around this table here. Ah, Apollo, are you sure that's a good idea? Hey, it looks like there's some sort of compartment in the base of the statue. I thought so. Don't open it. Who knows what might be in there? It's just a big empty compartment. And from all the dust and cobwebs, I say it hasn't been opened in a really long time. That's enough, Apollo. Let's shut it and... Wait, there is something in here. Looks like some sort of figure. But it's so dusty. I can't tell what it's supposed to be. Wonder what it's doing here. The Forbidden Chamber figure. A figure that has been left inside the Tenma statue. A thick layer of dust and dirt suggests it had been there for some time. Alright, what else to look at? Is it a possible means of escape? No, not really. Oh look, there's an air vent here too. I guess even Forbidden Chambers need proper ventilation. But I don't think anyone could reach this one either. Yeah, and there's nothing to stand on around here. I wonder where this vent leads. Well, the Fox Chambers vent didn't branch this way, so maybe it doesn't have anything to do with this case after all. guess that about wraps it up. What now? We should probably talk to some of the witnesses again. Well, it seems like that event is important if it actually required us to investigate it before we went on, because we didn't even check the feathers. You mean like Mr. Filch and Jinxie? Yeah, I really want to ask Mr. Filch about the village superstitions in Tenma. Like, very specific there. There's still a bit more to examine here. Even if it says there isn't, it's just trying to move us along. Black feathers. They look exactly like the ones in the fox chamber. That means the killer must have been in here at some point. The question is, why? Maybe the Tenma costume was hidden in here. I mean, if someone carried it through the manor, it would have stuck it like a sore thumb. When did the killer get in here? The mayor snatched the forbidden chamber key when the killer hit him on the head. That means the killer could have only gotten in here before the murder. Wow, this is one tough riddle, alright? Right, was there anything else yet to examine? The weapon itself, the stone statues, no, it was just the feathers that were left. Now that everything is, now we can leave. Not before I say, of course. I wonder if you've got more talk things here. No, you just got more talk things always. Well, what's going on? So let's move. And it said we want to speak to Filch. Let's move to the fox chamber a second, see if anyone's here. No, the door's not even open. I guess we would reset it so no one else could get in, maybe? Though I feel like we should show the police. Always. Even though we're always working against them and all. So let's go to the foyer and hope for Mr. Filch to be awaiting. It's the curse! The curse! The curse of Tenma! Ah! You outsiders ignoring their superstitions are a peril. Mind your own business, will ya? Nah! So you've got the bracelet and widget now? Ouch, what's all this about a curse? Tenma gonna curse us all. Let's just stop sticking your nose where it don't belong. Stop the investigation. Listen to what them superstitions say. My accent for this guy's going all over the place again. Right, how about obeying the law before you go obeying the superstitions? Huh? Hey, what are you doing with widget around your neck? He's mine. You know better than to go around stealing people's stuff like that. Same goes for my bracelet. Sorry, I promise I won't do it again. He almost kidnapped my sweet little widget. The big jack. I'm sorry. I guess you can't teach an old raccoon dog new tricks. As long as we have him here, I guess we should ask him about what happened. Right, so you want to ask him about the superstitions? Neither of them are superstitions, so you wanted me to present the superstitions? I'll just do what the game tells me to do at this point in time. Alright, you mind if I ask you about this? Huh? Oh, that. Right. Well, does it ring a bell? Oh, it's ringing alright. You want to thank me for all my hard work? And I'm lit set. No, this isn't a gift. You should have known this was a dead end. It might be a dead end until we talk. It very strongly recommended us doing that. I can't believe you did that. It's one thing to steal a pair of shoes, but to steal widget. Grr. Oh, mercy. I can't seem to control myself. It's that thieving blood running in my veins. Thieving blood? What's that supposed to mean? Glad you asked. The infamous bandit, Azuki Kozo, was my grandpappy. Take a gander at this. What exactly am I looking at? Pretty much what we just took out by the look of it. Looks like another one of those yokai to me. It's none other than the Azuki Kozo. Robbed from the rich to give the poor, he did. I leave one of those figures at the scene of the crime. What's more, I'm his grandson because he was my grandpappy. Well, you don't say. Thieves' honour, it's the honest truth. The sloshing sound of Azuki beans scraping together in the dead of night. It's the magical sound of dirty money getting washed clean for giving out to the poor. I'm Azuki Kozo, washer of money, the giver out of wealth reborn. Forget the money. You should be washing yourself with this nasty habit. Wait a second. This figure looks familiar. Yes, it looks just like that old dusty figure we found in the Forbidden Chamber. Right, so it's an Azuki Kozo figure. Apparently it's something a certain thief leaves at the scene of a theft. So your granddad stole from the Forbidden Chamber. This is why you don't leave the key. Well, I know you need a key too, but you don't leave, like, the puzzle answers in the blooming room with the puzzle. Hey! What are you doing with that there figure? Oh, this? We found it in the Forbidden Chamber. Looks like it'd been there practically forever. Could be my grandpappy broke into the Forbidden Chamber way back. Hey, that reminds me. You once told me there's treasure in that there chamber. Obviously that big golden nugget. Treasure? Right. Oh, Forbidden Chamber treasure has now appeared. What do you know about the treasure in the Forbidden Chamber? Oh, that's the greatest get-rich-quick chance in the universe. Grandpappy told me all about it. Said there's an amazing treasure in there. There's something amazing in there? Didn't see anything like that, though. Your grandfather didn't, by chance, already steal it, did he? See, now there was one of his figurines in there. That just might be. That's Grandpappy for you. But he washed that treasure up real good before handing it out to the poor. Oh, of course. Because he was so righteous. Right, the Tenma sighting. In court, you mentioned seeing Tenma near the scene of the crime. Sorry I didn't come clean right away, but them superstitions got the better of me. The people of Ninetales Vale sure seem like a superstitious bunch. I'm not surprised you wouldn't want to talk about seeing Tenma. Darn right, them superstitions scare me out my wits, I'll tell ya. That's why I'm going to do exactly what they say from now on. So you plan on staying here in Ninetales Vale? Yeah, I'm going to keep living right here and keep with the old ways, just like Grandpappy did. Them superstitions are like a rule book to me. Wait, so you're saying you actually believe in those old wives' tales? Ain't you be listening to a word I said? You're going to do exactly what them superstitions say? Well, I say that's baloney. Right, so now I get to pronounce the superstition book. Even though it said, like, basically you want to ask more about them then, because one of the details is... Do not tell others if you see him. He did. Technically. Do not gaze upon Tenma. Technically, he did. There is one way to save your soul, your immediate departure from the village, so he'd have to leave if he cared. You'd have to, like, full-on leave. Take that! It's clearly written right here. Ignoring the superstitions will cost you your soul. There is, however, one way to save it. Your immediate departure from the village. So according to this, you shouldn't even be here, let alone talking with us. You said you plan on staying right here in Ninetales Vale. But if you really believe in the superstitions, you would have been long gone by now. I know you've been lying to me. Time to come clean, Mr. Filch. Right, come clean indeed he will. You were lying about believing the superstitions, weren't you? Sorry, but I didn't have no choice. So what was the real reason why you couldn't talk about seeing Tenma? It's all that pretty boy's fault, Mr. L'Belle, if you know what I mean. He told me not to say a word about seeing Tenma. He said if I did, he'd do to me what them superstitions said would happen. So it was Mr. L'Belle who muzzled you? Why did Mr. L'Belle want to scare you into silence? Mr. L'Belle was trying to protect that little maid gal. It was on account of that rumour. The one about her being possessed. That rumour again. I guess we really do have to talk to Mayor Tenma about the possession rumour. Ouch! Hey, watch it! Village superstitions has been stolen by Phineas Filch. I'll be taking this back now. Going like family to me. You could have just asked instead of stealing it. Was that all you wanted to ask Mr. Filch? Yeah, I think that was it. Let's go see Mr. Tenma one more time. Just thinking about dealing with that yokai again makes me want to say pass. Alright, so we're leaving you, are we, Filchy boy? So you want us to talk to Tenma? Is there any way to get more... Oh, no, wait a second, yeah. Alright, Fulbright's gone anyway. I was going to say if there's any more to prod Jinxie a little bit more, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Let's head back to Damien. We need to find out properly more about Jinxie first of all. Lord Tenma, your attorneys are here to see you, your malevolence. Why are you speaking like that? Oh, Mayor Tenma, you've returned. Yes, well, Jinxie came by earlier to apply a new charm to my head. It seems to be suppressing the demon within me. That's a relief. Maybe we'll actually get somewhere this time. We did last time, though, to be fair. So what can I do for you today? We'd like to ask about the rumor that Jinxie is possessed. She allegedly left the yokai evidence at the scene while under a demon's power. At least that's what the prosecution is going to claim at tomorrow's trial. Huh? Here we go again. Oh, the thing's gone. Caw, 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 caw. No match is this warding charm for me. Ah, the charm. Tematara is back. Those foolish mortals. They shall regret blaming the child for my doings. I blew it. That question brought that yokai back. And he probably won't drop the axe until Jinxie's name is cleared either. Right, well, let's talk to Tenma again. We'd like to ask you about something your aide, Confronting L'Belle, mentioned. Did you know Jinxie is rumoured to be possessed? I know not of what you speak. You're not trying to protect Jinxie, are you? I, Tenma, Demon Lord of the Yokai, protect a mere mortal. Caw, 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 caw! No affections do I possess for your race of humans. Please, we already proved there was a third party disguised as a yokai at the scene. But if you deny that tomorrow, we'll never be able to clear Mayor Tenma's name. But I have already told you, I know not of what you speak. I don't think we'll get anything more out of him. It's all over unless we can somehow prove that Jinxie did plant that yokai evidence. Hey, Apollo. I think I've got this one. I think I can prove that she didn't do it. Really? Sure. I should be able to use psychology to explain that whole possession thing. Knock yourself out then. Wow, Athena's really stubborn. I can really counter when it counts. Right, so explain the real story. Mayor Tenma, Jinxie isn't possessed. I believe the so-called possession episodes are a form of somnambulism. Okay, that's basically sleepwalking. Somnambulism? You mean sleepwalking? I know! Insomnia, yeah, ambulism, movement. I'm so good at being able to read stuff. Or that I just knew that beforehand and I'm just now sounding egotistical, I don't know. You mean sleepwalking? Yes, I believe she's exhibiting a rare form of the disorder. It's usually brought on by repressed stress. So, like, do you know of anyone that has night terrors? Because my brother used to have night terrors when we were young. He'd end up anywhere doing, like, weird stuff. And that's just how things worked. It's just something that happened. Some people get that. Not only sleepwalking, but, like, acting out things and being scared of things. Acting, like, completely suspiciously, completing tasks, that kind of thing. It is usually brought on by repressed stress. So I didn't know that factor. Mr. Mayor, didn't her symptoms start soon after she began her job in Ninetales Vale? When the child visited last, she did speak of dreading yokai and how they robbed her of sleep each night. I knew it. That lack of sleep is causing her to enter an unconscious state. And that means she can't be trying to protect you. At least not on a conscious level. So then, the Tenma that was spotted at the manor wasn't Jinxie. Sleepwalking. That would indeed explain the matter. Look, Tenmatara's spirit! It's left the mayor's body. Can you tell us the truth now, Mayor Tenma? Very well. It's the least I could do for a superb exorcist such as you. That's what I am now, an exorcist. Feathers and tracks! Mayor Tenma, you didn't leave those feathers and tracks at the scene, did you? I did not. Neither I nor Jinxie have anything to do with that. That was the killer's doing, no doubt. I knew it. You suspect Florent is behind all this? But why? Did he really want Ninetales Vale that badly? Can you think of any reason why? Looking back, he did seem fixated on Tenma Taro for a spell. Could it be? Perhaps he was attempting to release Tenma Taro. That's crazy. Are you saying that yokai is real? Whatever the case, Tenma Taro brings nothing but pain and misfortune. It's as the superstitions warn. It was not to gaze upon him, nor free him from his prison. But how can people actually believe that? Well, at least we know who's behind this whole Tenma Taro thing now. Yeah, and I think we need to have another nice long chat with Mr. L'Belle. Dinner is ready, Your Malevolence. An offering to the Demon King. You may place it right there. The kitchen crew poured their heart and soul into making it. Did they now? Souls happen to be a favorite of mine. Just hold the hearts next time. Caw-caw-caw-caw! Well, it's working out for him getting a good meal, I guess. It works. Yes, Your Malevolence, I remember that. How long is he planning to keep up this yokai charade? Well, we've already talked to Mr. Filch and Mayor Tenma, so why don't we go see Confronting L'Belle next, now that we know the truth? He won't be able to claim that Tenma Taro was Jinxie or the mayor anymore. But the real question is, how are we going to get him to admit it was him? It's a really good question. Okay, now let's practice that again, Filchy. From the top. Mr. L'Belle was in the foyer at the time of the crime. And when we, heard a scream, oh heck, what was the next part again? You have the memory capacity of a flea. That is the 30th time, you know. Now 100 times more, and we're done. Wonder if they're practicing. Oh, I ain't cut out for this. Whoopsie daisy. Ow! Begging your pardon, Mr. L'Belle, sir. It's just always practice. Unbelievable. What if you had studied my outfit with those grubby paws of yours? Did Filch L'Belle's wallet just now? So, what do you think they're up to this time, Apollo? Oh, it's you two. Eavesdropping, are we? Pfft, you peasants are so tacky. Well, what do you want with me? Your confession of being the Tenma Taro impostor would be nice right about now. Right, what can we talk about? Tara's true identity. Mr. Filch filled me in on a conversation you two had, and about how you told him not to say a word about seeing Tenma Taro. Filchy, you fool! I told you nothing good would come of you running your mouth. So why did you want to keep Mr. Filch quiet like that, Mr. L'Belle? Why to protect darling little Jinxie, of course. But Jinxie was never really possessed. She was sleepwalking. Oh, wrong voice. Being asleep at the time, she couldn't have been consciously trying to protect the mayor. That also means she couldn't have possibly been Tenma Taro. Interesting. But where are you going with this? Since you asked so politely, I believe you have a different reason for trying to keep Mr. Filch quiet. That reason would be to deflect down away from the one who was really Tenma Taro. Now this is getting interesting. Are you insinuating that I'm Tenma Taro? So sorry to disappoint, but I'm nothing of the sort. That's right. Mr. L'Belle even told me Tenma Taro was a jinx, so why would he... I said Tenma Taro was Jinxie, you fool. Honestly, you have the memory capacity of a flea. Practiced 100 more times. So, have you been called to testify tomorrow? Yes, and I'm so looking forward to my courtroom debut. We'll just have to wait until then. Oh, I'll be waiting with a special piece of evidence I've been saving just for you. Filchy, wake up, you lazy bones. What? Was I sleeping? Must have been that sweet cologne of yours, Mr. L'Belle. Made me right sleepy, it did. Well, it's time for your lesson on what to do and say tomorrow. Oh, I'm begging you, not another lesson. I ain't cut with this thinking of remembering stuff. Right, the schnozola. Keep quiet and do exactly as I say. No, please, anything but another lesson. There they go. There they go indeed. Well, off they go, and our weird little bit of interrogation. We've basically just found him schooling a witness. Ridiculous amounts of guilt just on show, blatantly out in the open. They could have done it in the blimmin' office, couldn't they? Maybe they were, and that's how we eavesdropped. I don't know. As we continue on with Dual Destiny. Next time, where are we going to go from here? Well, obviously it sounds about time to go back to trial. So I'll see you there. Bye-bye.